Hi, I'm Tami Howse from Lidditz, Pennsylvania in Amish country, and I am almost, in a couple weeks, 60 years old. I have been dealing with sciatica and piriformis syndrome, the bulging disc for about 10 years, the sciatica and piriformis syndrome for about 5, but severely for about 3.5. What were my symptoms? I had shooting pain down my right leg. My right foot would become cold. I had back pain. And the worst part was the severe pain in the lower part of my right buttock. Just absolutely severe, throbbing, just awful every single day, just awful. What was I not able to do? I just had severe pain every single day. I'd wake up and I wouldn't want to start the day because I knew that I was going to have severe pain. I couldn't bike anymore like I wanted to. I'm an avid biker, and I'm one of those spandex people who rides a road bike. Loved biking with my club. It aggravated my pain and I couldn't bike anymore, which was severely depressing for me. I didn't want to go to the store. I didn't want to cook. I love cooking. I love trying new things. I'm a foodie. I love making different ethnic foods. I didn't want to stand in the kitchen. I couldn't really walk anymore. I tried to, but it would just aggravate the pain. I trained service dogs, and that was very difficult because it was just too demanding on me physically. So it just affected everything in my life that I like to do. When and how was I introduced to Dean and his Facebook group? I was desperate, like so many people. They just want to find some kind of relief. So one day, about maybe 7 or 8 weeks ago, I thought there has got to be something that I can do. There's got to be some kind of support group. Looked online for a support group for sciatica, and I found 2, and the one I already dropped out of, and the other one was Dean's group. And I thought there's got to be something. So I saw similar stories on there, which made me think that, you know, I'm not crazy after all, and that I really do have pain. Not that anyone needed to convince me that, but I started seeing people, like there was one guy who encouraged me to do a video call with Dean, and he said, just do it. Like he was just like, just do it. Don't delay. And I thought, okay, well, there's a reason for this. And so that's when I decided to do a video call. How skeptical was I about working with someone online? Very. I'm of the ilk that nobody online is real until they prove themselves. So I was very skeptical about doing the free video with Dean, but I thought, you know, if he's a creeper or something, I can always hang up and, you know, report him or something. But that was not the case. So yeah, I'm really glad that I set my skepticism aside for a little bit. What was the impetus for me to even pursue this avenue? I had been anticipating a trip with my daughter out to Colorado, and we were going to have a pretty hefty schedule. And one of the things on the schedule was going to an art retreat where we were going to be doing a fair amount of sitting for 2 days. And then for me, it's about a 4-hour flight. But I was really concerned about all the sitting. I was concerned about being able to be active and not be like a dud mom, because my daughter's 27. I wanted to have a great time with her. I wanted to be able to be active. And so, you know, I just really wanted to be able to be at my best. After the free video consult, what did I do and how did it affect my trip to Colorado? I had started, well, after the video, I started doing the exercises that Dean had prescribed. Very simple. Most of them were very easy. A couple that were not, I just kind of modified, which you should always do anyway. But I just started doing the exercises, and on about, actually after day one, like that evening, I thought, oh, I'm feeling better. I thought, yeah, right. That can't be. I've had so many years of pain. It just can't be that simple. And then the next day I did them, and the next day I did them, and I started feeling better. The throbbing started going away. And even if I thought it was in my mind, like I was just, kind of crazy that this is getting better already, I was standing in the kitchen more. I was more excited to go to the gym and do my upper body exercises. I was more willing to go on a walk with my husband, and he was noticing the changes too. And so my symptoms just started getting better, like just about right away. And I would not believe anybody if they said this after this much time of pain. Trust me, I would not believe anybody, but it's happened to me, and I'm absolutely amazed. Fast forward, and I just got back from Colorado. You can see the lovely scenery in the background. I'm actually in my kitchen, but this is Garden of the Gods, where my daughter and I did a 2.5-hour electric bike tour. And after that, we went into the pool and spent about 3 hours in the pool, just goofing off and having fun and making up stupid games and laughing and talking and inventing different swimming strokes and just being crazy. We went to the art retreat. The plane rides, the 4 to 5 hour plane rides went fine. We went hiking, which my version of hiking is a flat path, but I'm calling it hiking anyway, for about 2 hours in the most gorgeous meadow in Rocky Mountain National Park. We traveled all over. We just spent 8 days of absolute, positively wonderful fun. And I didn't have to, I think I took Tylenol once the day after. I might have overdone it a little bit with my biking and swimming, but it wasn't bad. And I just did my exercises and it got better and I was fine. It was an absolutely fabulous trip that I never could have dreamed of, 3 months ago when I was still having all this pain. It was just marvelous. This just allowed me to do so much more than I know I would have been able to do had I not done the exercises and found Dean's program. What is my advice for anybody that is skeptical or scared about this? I would say, number one, of course, join Dean's Facebook group. But number two, do a video call with him. You have absolutely nothing to lose. He's a nice guy. Set your skepticism aside. As a matter of fact, any friends that I have coming up to me saying, I have back pain, I tell them right away, I'm in this Facebook group. There's a physical therapist who has helped me incredibly. Don't do anything else until you talk to him. Because so many people are like, scheduled for surgery or injections. I've had everything except for surgery, but I've had all the injections. I've had all the treatments. I mean, literally all the treatments, the acupuncture, all the different types of physical therapy. I've had them all. And I would say before you do anything, absolutely crazy if you decide to go on to some other invasive treatment before you talk to Dean, because that's what I'm telling all my friends. My husband is a doctor. He is a geriatrics physician. He is amazed. And I will tell a story which Dean didn't ask me to tell, but I'm going to tell you anyway. When I was doing physical therapy about 3.5 years ago, my physical therapist was telling me that your brain kind of memorizes the pathway of pain. So when you have chronic pain, it's kind of like this super highway that your brain memorizes that route. So it's really hard to break that pattern. It's almost like you have to have like a major accident in this pathway so that you can break it up. I don't know a better way to say it, but I remember my physical therapist telling me that. And at the time, and I haven't told Dean this, but at the time I was thinking, well, then why don't we work on the opposite side? And when I found Dean and he started doing this, I thought, dang it, I was right all along. So I would say, and again, he didn't know this story, but I told this to my husband and he was like, yeah, that just totally makes sense. So, yeah, I would say do a video call with Dean. You have nothing to lose and pretty much everything to gain back. Your independence, your lack of depression about your pain, just being able to do the things that you want to do that are fun, building your friendships again, because now you can go out and you can do things. It really is this dramatic. And I'm not a dramatic person, and it really is this dramatic. It has been for me, and it might take you longer, or it might not be quite as dramatic, but I think really that if you do a video call with Dean, it's going to be so, so helpful.